You know what's exhausting? Waking up every single day and trying to force yourself to be disciplined, like you're fighting this constant battle with yourself. You set the alarm early, you make the plan, you tell yourself today's the day, and by noon, you've already broken 3 promises to yourself. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Discipline isn't supposed to feel like a war you're losing every day. And if it does, you're approaching it completely wrong. Because the people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all together, they're not more disciplined than you. They've just become a different type of person. And that shift changes everything. Let me explain what I mean. Right now, you probably see discipline as this thing you need to have, like it's a muscle you don't have yet, or a superpower you're missing. So every morning you wake up and try to be disciplined. You try to force yourself to do the thing, go to the gym, work on the project, eat healthy, whatever it is. And sometimes it works. You white knuckle your way through it. You feel proud for a day or two, but then life gets hard, or you get tired, or something throws you off, and you're back to square one, feeling like a failure again. Sound familiar? That's because you're operating from the wrong identity. You're still seeing yourself as someone who needs to try, someone who has to fight themselves every single day. Here's what actually works. The people who seem effortlessly disciplined, they're not trying to be disciplined, they've just changed how they see themselves. They've become the type of person who does the thing. And I know that sounds like some vague motivational nonsense, but stick with me, because this is the difference between struggling forever and actually making real progress. Think about it like this. If you see yourself as someone who's trying to get in shape, you'll always be fighting resistance. Every workout is a battle. Every healthy meal is a sacrifice. But if you see yourself as someone who works out, as an athlete, as someone who values their health, the decisions get easier. Not effortless, but easier. Because you're not fighting who you are anymore, you're just doing what you do. I'll give you a personal example. For years, I tried to be a morning person. I'd set my alarm for 5:30 a.m., read all the productivity blogs, prep my clothes the night before, and maybe 1 out of every 5 days I'd actually get up. The other 4, I'd hit snooze, feel terrible about myself, and start the day already behind. You know what changed? I stopped trying to wake up early. I started telling myself, I'm someone who doesn't waste mornings. That's it. Just a tiny shift in identity. And suddenly, when the alarm went off, it wasn't about discipline anymore. It was about, well, I don't waste mornings, so I guess I'm getting up. It sounds small, but that mental shift made all the difference. So here's how you actually do this. Step 1, stop saying I want to or I'm trying to. Start saying I'm the type of person who. Not I want to read more. Instead, I'm the type of person who reads every day. Not I'm trying to eat healthier. Instead, I'm the type of person who takes care of their body. This isn't just positive thinking BS. This is literally rewiring your self-concept, because every action you take is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. And when you see yourself as already being that person, you stop fighting yourself. Here's the key, though. You have to prove it to yourself with small actions. You can't just say you're a reader and never pick up a book. That creates cognitive dissonance, and your brain will reject the new identity. So you start small, ridiculously small. Want to be a writer? Write 1 sentence a day, just 1, but do it every single day. Because you're not trying to write, you're a writer, and writers write. Want to be healthy? Do 5 push-ups every morning. That's it. Because you're not trying to get fit, you're someone who moves their body. And that's what you do. Now, why does this work when willpower doesn't? Because willpower is a finite resource. You only have so much of it in a day. And if you're using it to force yourself to do things that go against who you think you are, you're going to run out fast. But identity? Identity is automatic. It's how you see yourself at your core. And when your actions align with your identity, you're not burning willpower. You're just being consistent with who you are. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need discipline to brush your teeth, right? You just do it. because you're someone who brushes their teeth. It's part of your identity as a clean person. That's the level of automatic we're trying to reach with the habits that matter to you. Step 2. Design your environment to support your new identity. This is huge. You can't expect to become a new person in the same environment that created the old you. If you're trying to be someone who reads, but your phone is on your nightstand and your book is in another room, you're setting yourself up to fail. Put the book on your pillow. Put your phone in a drawer. If you're becoming someone who eats well, but your pantry is full of junk food, come on, you know what you need to do. Your environment should make the right choice the easy choice. Because even with a strong identity, if the friction is too high, you'll slip back into old patterns. And here's the thing most people miss. Your environment includes the people around you. If you're trying to become someone who's focused and productive, but you're constantly around people who waste time and complain, that's going to be an uphill battle. I'm not saying cut everyone off, but be intentional about who you're spending time with, because you will become the average of the 5 people you're around most. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I've tried to change before. I've failed so many times. Why would this be different? And I get it, I really do. But here's the difference. You probably tried to change your actions without changing your identity. You tried to do different things while still seeing yourself the same way. That's like trying to run new software on old hardware. It doesn't work. This time, you're updating the operating system. You're changing the fundamental way you see yourself. And when that changes, everything else follows. Will you still have bad days? Of course. Will you still mess up sometimes? Absolutely. But you won't spiral, because one bad day doesn't change who you are. You're still the type of person who does the thing. You just had an off day. Tomorrow, you get back to being you. Look, the version of you that you want to become, that person already exists inside you. You're not trying to become someone else. You're just removing all the layers of BS and limiting beliefs that have been covering up who you really are. Every small action you take is uncovering that person. Every time you choose the hard thing, the right thing, the thing that aligns with who you want to be, you're not building discipline. You're revealing your true self. And the beautiful thing is, once you see yourself differently, once you really believe this is who I am, the hard things don't feel as hard anymore. Not because they got easier, but because you got stronger. Not through force, through identity. So, here's what I want you to do tonight. Pick one thing, just one, something you've been trying to do but keep failing at. And instead of saying, I need to be more disciplined about this, ask yourself, what type of person would do this naturally? Then become that person, starting with the smallest possible action, tonight. Not tomorrow, not Monday, tonight. Because you're not the type of person who waits for the perfect moment. You're the type of person who starts now. Let's do this together.